hey, the Easter season's coming up. Good Friday is, 12 days from now. So we will have a Good Friday service, 7 o'clock that evening. And we have just one Easter service, and it will be the regular time here at 9:30 Easter Sunday morning. It's already that time of year. I don't like winter at all. And I think I have a lot more people who agree with me after this year. But the one thing about winter that I like in recent years is working with my buddies and pals, the kids group. And so we've really become pals with some of the kids. And so it's been a lot of fun. And it's the one thing about the winter that it seems to go really fast, because it's a lot of planning to put together a program like we want to present for you now, called Game Changers. And we got a lot of snowed out rehearsal kinds of times, and so, but we've put it together, and as you'll see in a few moments, it's a lot of moving kids here and there, and it's I would love it to be completely professionally smooth, but we're going to have to kind of give them some instructions and things like that. But it's going to be a great program. Game Changers kind of built on a Hebrews theme. I mean, that's what we've been talking about in our study times in the book of Hebrews. Kind of, this is sort of a heroes of the faith. Not completely listing everyone from Hebrews 11, but we have a Game Changers theme song, and then you're going to hear 9 songs that talk about how different characters of the scriptures were game changers. What we did with our children was divide them into teams of their selection. There was a dance team, and you'll see them do a song here. You will see some actors put together some script and some lines and that kind of thing between each of the songs, so you will see that. And we had the singing group, and we had a tech group, and you probably saw their advertising tech stuff that they put together and taking pictures in the weeks leading up to this. And then we had an art team as well. So we'd practice some songs for a while, split into the groups, and you can see sort of the art team's project and work back here as it highlights some of the game-changing heroes of the faith. So, okay, guys, you ready? Come on up here. Take your home position. And parents and grandparents and everyone else, you have no idea what is coming at you right now.
Jacob, I'm so glad you joined the kids choir. Ever since you joined, been a big game changer for the group.
I was a what?
A game changer.
Is that good? Is that a good thing?
Well, I meant it as a good thing. A game changer is someone throughout their lives make differences. That's what our whole program is about. People who are game changers.
I could certainly see how Jesus was a game changer. Before him, it was BC, and after him, it was AD. He was
right.
a game changer and a calendar changer, too.
That's right. Can you think of any more?
How about Peter? There he was, living as a fisherman every day until his brother Andrew brings Jesus to meet him, and then he became a fisher of men. A fisherman left everything that he knew behind to follow a man who said, I will make you a fisher of men. He heard the words of love. He saw the miracles as he walked side by side with the Savior of the world. Blessed are you, Peter, God revealed his truth to you. The rock the church was built upon, given the keys of the kingdom. Blessed are you, Peter, God revealed his truth to you. The rock the church was built upon, given the keys of the kingdom. He tried to walk on the water with Jesus. He saw the transfiguration. But in the final hours of Jesus' life, he denied him 3 times. Then Jesus rose again. Peter was forgiven. He spent the rest of his life spreading the gospel of Christ. Blessed are you, Peter, God revealed his truth to you. The rock the church was built upon, given the keys of the kingdom. Blessed are you, Peter, God revealed his truth to you. The rock the church was built upon, given the keys of the kingdom.
What are you doing? You're acting like you're sort of muscle man.
Don't tell me you are impressed. These arms are weapons.
Well, even a spitball is a weapon of some manner of speaking.
Yep, I like to think of myself as a modern day Samson.
Samson, really? Didn't he get his eyes poked out or something like that?
Yup, he told a girl that the secret of his strength was his long hair, like I told you about these fat boys.
Well, your secret is safe with me. I won't even cut your hair off.
Thanks, and remember, Samson was a man, and in the end, in despite of his mistakes, God used him to defeat the Philistines.
An angel appeared to Manoah and his wife. He said, have a son who must be a Nazarite. He will deliver Israel from the Philistines, but cannot cut his hair having alcoholic drinks.
Samson,
Got a secret in the church,
Samson,
better keep it to yourself.
Samson,
The power you possess will be gone the day that you confess.
the secret of the church, Samson,
Got a secret in the church,
Samson,
better keep it to yourself.
Samson,
The power you possess will be gone the day you confess.
the secret of the church.
There's a judge in the city and is famous for strength. Got Jabba, Jajaki, Sue, 1,000 Philistines. The lava maiden tell her the secret of his strength. She cut his hair when he fell asleep and called the Philistines.
Samson,
Got a secret in his chest,
Samson,
better keep it to yourself.
Samson,
The power you possess will be gone the day that you confess.
the secret of the church, Samson,
Got a secret in his chest,
Samson,
better keep it to yourself.
Samson,
The power you possess will be gone the day that you confess.
the secret of the church.
They put his eyes on chains on his back, but they were unaware that his hair was coming back. One day the Philistines brought a mountain life for him, but he prayed and God gave him the strength to get rid of them.
Samson,
Got a secret in his chest,
Samson,
better keep it to yourself.
Samson,
The power you possess will be gone the day that you confess.
the secret of the church, Samson,
Got a secret in his chest,
Samson,
better keep it to yourself.
Samson,
The power you possess will be gone the day that you confess.
the secret of the church, Samson,
Got a secret in his chest,
Samson,
better keep it to yourself.
Samson,
The power you possess will be gone the day that you confess.
the secret of the church, Samson.
It's my turn. What are you doing? You're acting like you're some sort of superstar.
No, not quite. I think of myself as a gorgeous queen.
Don't. Yeah, you look like a queen, all right. A drama queen.
Well, if your favorite character is Samson, then mine is Esther.
Esther, never heard of her. What did she do?
Just like Samson, she saved the Jewish people, and she didn't lose her own life in the process. God power!
Well, I guess the king was a sucker for a pretty girl, right?
Well, yeah, at first it was all God's doing, and he put her there at the right time to do his work, and he'll do the same with us if we trust and obey him.
A teenager living with the work of Mordecai, taken from Jerusalem when the Jews were exiled. Because of her beauty, she was taken to the king, and he chose her to be his queen. But no one knew her true identity. She was queen for the day God used her to save the Jewish race. Queen for the day she fashioned wasn't rich, he was willing to stay. For such a time as this, Esther was made queen for the day. Haman told the king, do away with the Jews. He offered so much money the king could not refuse. Esther boldly went before the king, knowing he could cost her everything. When he heard the truth, Haman was history. She was free for the day God used her to save the Jewish race. Queen for the day she fasted and prayed for grace to face the king. It wasn't rich, she was willing to stay. For such a time as this, Esther was made queen for the day. It wasn't rich, she was willing to stay. For such a time as this, Esther was made queen for the day.
More rain? It seems like it rains every day. What good is it? You can't go outside or play or anything.
It only seems like it rains every day, but one time it did rain for 40 days and 40 nights without stopping.
Wow, that's a lot of water. There must have been a ton of floods.
Actually, there was just one flood, a big one, over all the earth, and only one family was saved. Noah and his family out in the middle of nowhere where it never rained and never flooded. And there was no water. God told him to build a boat, and because he obeyed God, he and his family was saved from the great game-changing flood.
Hey DJ, what's that?
A newspaper.
No, really. What are you working on?
Crossword puzzle.
A crossword puzzle with pencil and paper? Isn't there an app for that? Besides, isn't that the sort of thing our grandparents' generation would do?
Yeah, I suppose. My parents make me do them. They say being good with all these words will help me on my SAT test one day.
Okay, let me. Oh, crap.
Just go. I don't even know what an SAT test is, but apparently it's pretty important.
Okay. Okay, let me help you. I is really good with all them words.
Thanks. Here's a hint. A creature that made Jonah's life miserable, and it begins with a W.
You're stuck on that. The word is obviously whale.
Everybody knows that.
15% on car insurance.
Here's the deal. There's only 4 spaces, not 5. I'm pretty sure that whale is spelled W-H-A-L-E, not W-A-L-E.
Okay, I know the answer. It's worm.
Worm. A worm saw Jonah?
No, a whale swallowed Jonah and saved his life, but it was a worm at the end of the story that ate the plant that protected Jonah from the heat of the sun, and that made him very angry.
That's right, man. Jonah had a hard time obeying God joyfully. That's why I'm going to obey my parents and do what they say, even though I don't understand why.
Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh to tell the people their time was up. He hopped on a boat to Tarshish, and pretty soon he was in a big fish. Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh to tell the people their time was up. He hopped on a boat to Tarshish, and pretty soon he was in a big fish. He was under the sea, hanging out in the belly of a whale used to help bring Jonah to his knees. I will sing a song of thanks to you. I will do what I promised to. Lord, you're the one who saved. I will sing a song of thanks to you. I will do what I promised to. Lord, you're the one who saves. One who saves. 3 days later he was set free. He went to Nineveh to preach. The people chose to repent, so God did not destroy them. 3 days later he was set free. He went to Nineveh to preach. The people chose to repent, so God did not destroy them. And Jonah got really angry, 'cause he thought he looked silly. But God said, don't be upset that I saved them from death. I will sing a song of thanks to you. I will do what I promised to.
Levi, have you seen the new movie Exodus, Gods and Kings yet? No. My parents weren't too excited about me seeing it yet.
Why not? It's all about the Bible story Moses.
Well, they said it wasn't really that accurate. So for family night last week, we had a movie night and watched this flick called The Ten Commandments starring some dude named Charlton Heston. I've never heard of him, but it looks like Moses was a sort of old guy.
Yeah, when I think of Moses and miracles, I kind of picture that in my head as Pastor Randy.
Yeah, you're right. He does look like that Charles Heston's guy. Yo, Pharaoh, you talking to me? You want a piece of this? Let my people go!
Well, what's this all about? I mean, you think I can't do the things you guys do? You think I can't do? You can't be cool like you guys, like Mia with the rap and everything. Well, I can do it too. I'll bet you I can do it too. All right. Well, you guys, you'll be my backup singers if I try.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. All right. Come on here.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Here we go. Got my glasses. Here we are. Baby in a basket floating down the Nile became a prince living in style, but it didn't last long because he broke the law and he had to get gone. Working as a shepherd one day he heard God say through a burning bush, go tell Pharaoh he's got to let my people go. Miracles. Yeah. Pharaoh said no, but 10 plagues later he had changed his mind. So they left Egypt following a cloud by day and a fire by night. When they reached the Red Sea, they started to freak, but Moses said, hey y'all. Just wait a minute, and he waved his hands, and the water stood tall. Miracles. Yo-ho. With a rod in his hand and the 10 commands, Moses did the best he could. But the Hebrew people never seemed to want to do the things they should. Due to doubt and fear, it took 40 years to make it to the promised land. But God met the needs and they finally set their feet in the land of milk and honey. Miracles. He's right. Let's go.
Okay, so we covered about 6. 5 of them are boys, and only 1 is a girl.
Guys rule and girls drool.
Boy, you got the reality of the world all upside down.
I'm sorry, it was just so easy to tease you there.
Okay, I'll forgive you if you tell me about another girl game changer.
That's as easy as teasing you is. Here's another, Ruth. She was faithful to God, and even though she wasn't an Israelite, she became the great, 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 great grandmother of Jesus.
she lived for, but she could have never imagined what the Lord had in store. She was faithful to remain no matter what happened. She was faithful to remain no matter what happened. She was a great companion.
I want to be a game. Wait, did you say? Okay. I want to be a game changer for God, but I'm just a little kid.
Don't feel that way. You might be young and small, but when we choose to trust in God, we're big and powerful.
I don't feel very big or powerful.
David probably didn't either whenever he went out to fight Goliath, but one little stone was all it took to take out the mighty warrior.
David was a songwriter too, wasn't he? Did he write songs like we've been singing with our gang?
Yeah, I bet he wrote a song like We Will Rock You before he went out to face Goliath. We will rock you. Come on. We will rock you.
Yeah, I bet he looked pretty macho playing that on his harp and lyre. Come on, what is it with you boys in this group? Now, we didn't know what he looked like, but I'll bet the kids in his day probably thought he looked pretty cool. David was a worshiping warrior, a singer and soldier who fought his battles with a song and a sword.
All but one of our game changers have been people from the Old Testament, and that's cool, but there must be some more from the New Testament also.
That's right, and certainly one was Paul, who wrote 13 of the 27 books of the New Testament.
He didn't start out as a game changer, did he? In fact, it was like he was playing for the other team.
Yeah, he was persecuting Christians until one day, with a blinding light and a voice from God, he became a great missionary for God.
He ended up being persecuted then too, didn't he?
Yeah, he said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
And that's a great lesson for us too.
Was a Pharisee who tried his best to be the biggest enemy of Christianity. He went to start a fuss up in Damascus, but had no clue he was gonna see Jesus. He saw the blinding light, he heard the voice of Christ, and he became a man of vision. Believing anyone can be a Christian, whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, you can be God's child. He became a man of vision. Believing anyone can be a Christian, whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, you can be God's child. A missionary man who boldly took a stand, never afraid to face persecution. He's probably are saved by God's amazing grace, and if we walk by faith every day, we can say, I can do all things through Christ, who gives me strength. And he became a man of vision, believing anyone can be a Christian, whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, you can be God's child. He became a man of vision, believing anyone can be a Christian, whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, you can be God's child. I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. And he became a man of vision, believing anyone can be a Christian, whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, you can be God's child. He became a man of vision, believing anyone can be a Christian, whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, you can be God's child. Whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, you can be God's child. Whether you're a Jew or a Gentile, you can be God's child.
All right, that was great, wasn't it? Yeah. It was a great musical program. You know, I've been doing ministry and music since 1977, and lots of kids programs. I've never had a kids program musical with such good songs that taught so much, and the kids just gravitated to and listened to and listened to. Parents, you know, right? Right. You could all sing along with all the songs today. So I told them down at Word Music, I was on the phone with them one day, and I told them how great this was. And they said, I've heard that over and over. In fact, the guy on the phone said, I play it on my car CD all the time. So it was a great musical, and we thank all you parents for your part in it as well. Originally, when we kind of laid out the winter and into the spring season, our original goal was, in our study of the book of Hebrews, with this kind of being the Game Changers theme, and picking up a little bit on Hebrews 11, our original goal was to kind of make that work out time-wise, and with the school schedules, it didn't work. We got Hebrews 11 coming up in about 3 weeks or so. Today was supposed to be in Hebrews 8, and there's not time to go and speak and get into Hebrews 8. What I do is refer you to our devotionals, tsf.org. This week, we'll be talking the next 2 days online in our online resources, going through the book of Hebrews. We'll be talking a little more about Melchizedek Monday and Tuesday. And then chapter 8 of Hebrews comes up on Wednesday and Thursday. And that talks about how Christ is the great high priest of a new covenant. The new covenant. Jesus Christ, what he really was, the ultimate game changer. It's no longer about the way it was before Christ, of doing things in a religious kind of ceremonial kind of way to observe all these things, but rather it becomes a relationship with the one who, through his own blood, as the great high priest in the real place, in heaven itself, makes intercession for us before God. And that is truly the great game changer. So we'll be continuing in our study of the book of Hebrews. And if you've been visiting with us, you'd like to be a part of that, we certainly welcome you as the Lord would lead. One last